When I'm out on the water, it is the most peaceful place I can ever imagine. And when you hear the birds and the mammals around you, if you're sitting on anchor talking with your clients, there's no place that I'd rather be.
This area is so beautiful, and when you're a visitor there, it's like, wow, this place is so gorgeous, and look at these animals, and for them, it's home. It's almost a reminder that we're not the only ones in the world. We're not the only ones here. It's like, oh yeah, we're a small piece of this puzzle, and we need to make sure that we think about the whole puzzle.
I'm always concerned that the marine mammals may be affected by all the traffic that may happen here in the Kitimat area. They're very curious, the whales. Had at times this year where we just shut the boat down and they would just circle around us and give us almost a dance.
We started to think about how are we going to do the marine mammal surveys. There was a lot of excitement. There was some nervousness about how to do it correctly. We generally have a pretty good idea of what species are likely to show up in this area, from whale watching, from communities. The data that didn't exist was a fine-scale distribution of how many of those animals were using this area, where exactly, and during what seasons. Along the BC coast, this type of survey has never been done by anyone. At the beginning, the survey that I designed for LNG Canada was actually a little bit smaller and less frequent. And LNG Canada did come back and they said, we want to make sure that we really do this right. So what do you need from us to make that happen? Yay! We were really excited because that meant that we could go out and do surveys across all the seasons. We had 12 surveys of 2 weeks, so we were essentially on the water for half the year surveying.
As part of that program, we actually installed underwater sonar buoys as well, 4 of them along the entire shipping route to identify baseline noise underwater and see how that might also affect the marine mammals. We did a lot of research to better understand the issues and see how we or others might be having an effect now and then how we can try to mitigate that.
One of the most surprising things was the Pacific white-sided dolphins. We saw them on both sides of Gill Island when we were surveying, and they were just in groups of about 300 to 500. That was really, really interesting. I think that's really important to actually do some science and provide data not only for this project and for our client, but also for the scientific community at large. We had representation from 3 First Nations communities along the coast. Although it is their home and they see this stuff every day, they were also excited every time they saw a whale. One of the recommendations we did make was to reduce vessel speed. It reduces the amount of underwater noise and it reduces the risk of an encounter with a whale, so a strike.
I do feel that we can coexist with the animals and the shipping traffic, as well the recreational anglers that love fishing up in this area.
A new industry landing on the North Coast, such as LNG, and my participation in that, I feel quite good about it. I think that the way that we've assessed it, it'll be done right if it is approved.